Did I catch your attention? Well, good. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Palm Beaches TV Watch Party series. I'm your host, Theo Dorsey. And in this week's episode, we're diving into some of the best fishing spots in all of Palm Beach County, Florida, with our good friend James Currie, host of Hooked on the Palm Beaches.
So Alison, tell me about the different times of the year and what you can expect to catch, let's say, this time in the fall versus winter versus summer.
Sure thing. So we have a migration of our shoreline fish, just like our offshore fish, and they go to the Carolinas, up north, Florida, when the water temperature is hot in the summer. And now that our water temps start to drop, all our fish are coming back. So we have the mullet run, and then behind that, we have a lot of Spanish mackerel and bluefish like other bycatch, and we get short pompano. Then we'll get, our bigger run of fish come through here, a lot of pompano, a lot of Spanish mackerel. The great thing is we pretty much fish for them all winter. So a lot of times now we'll get small juvenile fish on their way down, and then we get our larger sized fish but fewer quantity in April and May.
Why do you target this area in particular? Tell me a little bit about the topography. What makes for good surf fishing?
So what's great about Florida in general is that we have surf fishing on our whole coast, and it's a very fun sport to drive around and try different beaches. It's very accessible. You can surf fish like this where you bring the sand spikes and the bait rods, but it's also very enjoyable, and a lot of people like to just take a backpack, fanny pack, and walk the beach in the morning, with a spinning rod. It's a great way to enjoy the sport.
So you've been fishing since childhood. I guess you had a mentor in your life. Tell me about the mentorship program that you're doing here, trying to get more women anglers into the sport.
So I was fortunate to have a lot of mentors. I fished with my dad and a lot of other guys on the pier that took me under their wing when I was young. It's not as much as me trying to get women and kids fishing. The need is there. I get requests all the time. I get requests a lot for boat maneuvering. So there's just a lot more women that want to be on the water and they want to be independent. And so we work different programs around whatever those goals are. So we do family offshore trips on the head boat, and the party boats are great. That's really how I started. And then I just had more and more ladies reach out to me. So we tend to do 1 or 2 classes, either at somebody's house, or White's Tackle was generous enough to let us use their space. And so the ladies get sort of a background information. And then the beach is a great platform for everybody to learn how to tie knots or put bait on or take fish off. And then we graduate to ladies that would like to have offshore skills from there. Then we start doing more party boat trips, or we do open boat trips, so they can start using live bait and gaff and then fillet. So it's really something that I just tailor to whatever the groups are.
Great work, Allison. Now, let's go from something new on the local fishing scene to the oldest sail fishing tournament in the world, in the sport fishing capital of the world, Palm Beach County.
The Silver Sailfish Derby was established by the historic West Palm Beach Fishing Club in January 1935. And whilst the event is structured quite differently today, it remains the oldest running sailfish tournament in the world. The only 3 years the Derby didn't run was during World War II between 1943 and 1945, when tournament boats were used to scout for German U-boats off the Florida coast. At one time, famous American author and avid angler Ernest Hemingway was a Derby trophy sponsor. The Derby is also credited with developing the red release pennant and was one of the first sailfish tournaments to promote catch and release fishing.
I want to welcome you first of all because you are standing in hallowed ground. This is the famous West Palm Beach Fishing Club, founded in 1934, one of America's oldest fishing clubs, and you're participating in the world's oldest sailfish tournament. It is a lot more than just a fishing club. We do all kinds of things in the community, and your participation in this event supports those initiatives We sink reefs. Some of you may even be fishing on them tomorrow. We introduce kids to fishing. We sponsor scholarships at local universities and high schools. We plant mangroves out in the Lake Worth Lagoon. And perhaps more importantly for the people that are participating in this event, because it is the world's oldest sailfish tournament, is that the West Palm Beach Fishing Club is preserving some of the past, right? I mean, just look around. It's one of our most important missions, is protecting the history of sport fishing and what it's meant to this community. And this event represents that, and so we're really grateful.
So much history here in the Palm Beaches. From out east to out west, let's catch up with James and the crew in Lake Okeechobee.
We are in Belglade in the western community right here on Lake Okeechobee, baby. Super excited about this trip.
You know, this morning we're going to be targeting crappie, and crappie fishing is a way of life for many in these western communities. Well, Willis, Larry, it's time to get jiggy with it.
Jiggy with it.
Jiggy, jiggy.
Okay, what we have here is some jigs I've been using lately. We have the peanut butter. I dressed it up with a hero wing on it.
Oh, there you go. We in Torrey Island, and we can get 25 of these. They all gotta be 10 inches though. So when you drop it down in the cup, it has to go over 10 inches, and it's actually 10 and a half, almost 11. So he makes the cut, y'all.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Look at that, that's a slab right there.
Yeah, look, that's what we out here trying to get, guys.
That's a slab right there. Ooh, that's a slab.
Nice.
Good slab. Get jiggy with it.
And that about does it for this episode of the Palm Beaches TV Watch Party series. I'm Theo Dorsey. Thank you for watching, and join us next Tuesday for another episode right here on YouTube. And make sure you follow us on social media.